And 5, 4, 3. Welcome to Peacekeeper Reaction. My name is Nathan. Joining me as always be
Danyn,
my co-host with the Mo-host. And we got two new people in studio today. We've been drinking. First of all, it's Chris.
Yo, what's up?
And also joining us is Trinity.
what's happening, people?
And this is your first time in the studio. And hopefully we can make it a regular thing. It's a lot of fun what we do here, right, Danyn?
I hope so.
Yeah. Okay. Anyways, we're going to start things off. We all have a song that we're going to be checking or picking for today's filming. So, Danyn, we're going to start with your pick. So, what have you got for us today?
Well, I'm glad you asked. It all started with a dream.
Okay.
No, I'm just kidding. So we did pre-record this because Chris Webby, which I know that she knows and loves, and we introduced Nate to Chris Webby, and she's been introducing Chris to Chris Webby, and while we were introducing Sir Chris to Chris Webby, apparently Chris Webby himself was commenting on one of our videos.
Yeah, so he watched us. That's
so
pretty
he watched
awesome.
us while we were watching him. That's fucking great. It was meant to be, and that's why I said my pick is first, because we pre-recorded this, or not pre-recorded. We tried to record this before, and the it failed. It disappeared. Oh, poof, you know? Yeah. And then I was like, what better time for us to do this now? So he just released this like a couple weeks ago. It's called Sandbox.
Yeah. Can you see the TV, Chris?
Yeah, bro.
All right.
Yeebie.
So we're going to do the new Chris Webby. Actually, this has been out for 1 month.
So it was a month ago, because the night we were recording, it said
2 days
premiering tomorrow.
Yeah, for sure.
And we filmed it, but then it got lost in the fucking ether.
Shit
apparently.
happens, right?
In the ether.
Yeah. So
what better time to do it now? Right when 38 minutes ago, Chris Webby was watching us. So now we're watching him again.
All right, so we're gonna watch the video and then we'll chit chat about our raw thoughts, you might say.
Giggity.
Anyway, so let's dive right into Chris Webby Sandbox on Peacekeeper Reaction.
Strike fear in the heart of my foes everywhere I go. Too raw for the TV shows or the radio. And I try to make friends, but still I always end up in my sandbox alone. They don't wanna play with me, they afraid of me, I know. See, I came for war, with the blood that'll stain the sword, pulling up around the bodies that'll lay on the floor. I'm a category 4, when it rains it pours. Yeah, kicking down the frame of your door. I got the hammer of Thor to send shocks that'll rattle your cord, spatter the walls, that's what I brought the janitors for. My hands on the trigger, and that's what they've been panicking for. I'll go to war like Kenobi, Yoda, and Anakin, or Harrison Ford. And I'm hitting the warp drive, get caught like a fall guy with a tooth to the cross-side. I got crosshairs on the hair, on the heads, and the jawlines of my enemies, so I squeeze until fuck it, we all die. I'm only showing up for the blood like a horsefly. I don't care if it's yours, mine, on, or it's offsides. Fuck a line in the sand, my man, that's small time. Look around, what I've drawn on the ground's a fault line. All I see round here is afraid-ass rappers, just a bunch of Diddy party going gay-ass rappers, flying with Epstein when they need to get away, and because they tend to like them underage-ass rappers. Flight log of the plain-ass rappers, sucking dick for the fame-ass rappers. Yeah, this game-ass backwards, just a bunch of fake-ass rappers, making Illuminati hand gesturing like they in a gang-ass rapper. Listen, I used to think if I was actually fire and had the talent to inspire, from a track to decipher, and worked hard on my craft, I could bridge the gap. But silly me, if I'd spent that time trafficking minors, I'd be sacrificing goats with Jay-Z and B, with a Grammy on my wall, but that just ain't me. What I am is a beast, and ain't none of them ready. The Baphomet can't even save them if they fucking with Webby. Strike fear in the heart of my foes everywhere I go. Too raw for the TV shows or the radio. And I try to make friends, but still I always end up in my sandbox alone. They don't wanna play with me, they afraid of me, I know. Better listen Fucking with Webb's a bad choice, like hiring the Clintons for babysitting. I'm flipping, bust a couple shots with precision. Even the devil second guessing, messing with Christian. No stopping the shit I write. If I got you up in my sights, I can't help but to squeeze one off. No one's off limits tonight. Whether politician or pope to Obama and Big Mike. Pardon me, I meant to say his very masculine wife. Yeah, you could say I'm used to being in hot water. Ever since the thoughts that I got rawer. Sacred cows around me get slaughtered. Duraflame flow when I spark, I'm a fire starter. Don't bark up the wrong tree and don't step in the wrong puddle. Cause Webby's a raw dog, need a leash or a strong muzzle. I suggest you reconsider before you go start trouble. Trust, you don't want your name up in one of my thought bubbles. I started as a cub in the pride, but I grown some. Now there ain't a piece of the savannah that I don't run. Giant with it, follow my fee-fi with a faux funk. Solitaire with it, still playing by my lonesome. I am the mic, the microphone shogun. Never give ground, I bow down to no one. Veins pump frozen, blood of the chosen. You'll never see another like me, the mold's broken. I cause commotion, I fit the bill of an apex predator, in for the kill. If I don't taste blood, it better at least spill and water the fucking plants on the dirt of the battlefield. Got wounds that won't heal, but left a lot too. That's why they regroup platoons and withdrew. I play solitaire cause they scared to lose. Better run when I come through. Strike fear in the heart of my foes everywhere I go. Too raw for the TV shows or the radio. And I try to make friends, but still I always end up in my sandbox alone. They don't wanna play with me, they afraid of me, I know. Afraid of me, I know. They don't wanna play with me, they afraid of me, I know.
All right.
Right, I want to throw it to Chris immediately. I want to know Chris's opinion. Lean in a little bit.
Yeah.
Let's hear it.
Okay.
That shit was hard as fuck.
That shit was hard as fuck. So I want to, let's start with the conversation with what he's saying here about playing in the sandbox alone. Because a guy like Chris Webby, the topics that he covers and shit in his songs, it would be so easy for a talented guy like this to not bring that shit up. You know what I mean?
Right,
like he's talking about Obama and his very masculine wife and all this shit that like mainstream audiences, like liberal fucking MSNBC viewers would be terrified about, would be super angry about. So he's saying like he's so talented. He could be with Jay-Z doing Illuminati sides and shit.
Like sacrificing goats with
and he's bringing up the Clintons and babysitting and Epstein Island and shit. These are sacred cows that you're not supposed to bring up. You're not supposed to talk about this shit. So with his talent, he could easily not do that and become super popular and super mainstream, but he chooses the harder road, right? What do you guys think?
I think he decides to choose the path that he's supposed to be on because a lot of the people here are like people like Jay-Z and like fucking he's exactly like Eminem. Eminem doesn't fuck with that shit either, right? So he decides to pick his own path, which is like I fuck with it. I fuck with a vision. Because a lot of people also don't fuck with the Illuminati and don't fuck with Beyonce and don't fuck with all those people that want to do the mainstream shit and get on the The Voice and the fucking awards and shit like that.
Mainstream. It's a harder path that he's choosing, right?
He wants to choose his own path.
Yeah, for sure. That's why I love him so much. And like I don't know if you guys know Tom McDonald. Do you ever fuck with Tom McDonald?
Absolutely. What a goat. What a dude.
He's great too, but he like firmly is on a side. He's like, very much like a Republican rapper. Whereas like Chris Webby, he's kind of like, I don't actually know where he stands. You know what I mean? I don't know if he would support a politician necessarily, or if he just fucks with everybody.
He has made several points in videos that we were watching before we came down here. that he's like, yeah, I mean, I have my opinions. It's not that it, like, he's like, I'm not on his side. Like, what did he say about Ted Cruz? He's like, I'm not on his side. He's still an ugly motherfucker.
But he made a good point.
But he's like, but he made a good point.
Yeah,
That doesn't mean I stand with the fucking guy.
Yeah,
and, like, he's like, what was it he said about things? It's like, I don't judge you for taking the shot, so why do you judge me for not?
Yeah, for sure. Yeah, totally.
You know, like, I think he just stands, like, mediocre, where he just has an opinion. I don't think he's any, like, strong left, strong right, strong this, strong that.
He just doesn't like fuckery.
Yeah.
And like me, a lot of my political thoughts came out of an era of COVID and shit where I'm like, this shit ain't fucking right.
I think he just feels like his opinion is his opinion. And that's where I think that's where his raw thoughts come from too, right? Like, my opinion is my opinion. It's not that I'm a strong liberal or I'm strong, you know, whatever. Totally. He just has his opinions. Chris?
Yeah.
Well, let's throw it to you.
Let's throw it over to Chris. Chris.
Pop the mic over a little.
Yeah.
There you go. Lean in. Get in here, babe.
That song was fire as fuck.
Yeah. It was fire. I love the whole vibe of, like, it reminds me of, like, when Eminem, the last song on Eminem, sorry.
He said that song was fire and you were like, yeah!
Sorry, go ahead. Go ahead.
You could talk about, like, what we heard so far, like, upstairs and shit, like, as Chris Webby as a whole.
Yeah.
So far.
Lyrically, he's fucking crazy.
He's crazy, right?
His flow's nuts. Lyrically, he's nuts.
Yeah.
He's a lyrical misfit, dog.
I had no idea. You guys put me on, so now I'm chilling. Webby's in the playlist.
Yeah.
He is in the playlist for Chris. I know that for sure.
Yeah.
And when we were screaming and dancing about Chris Webby commenting, he was also going, our Chris was like, sure!
He said with his chest.
Yeah. I love that. And the fact that he made time to comment on just some, like, I mean, I think our Chris Webby video has under 100 views.
Yeah.
Like, you know what I mean? Because he's not.
I don't think there's any
mainstream.
other comment.
Yeah. But the fact that he took, like, time out to say something's pretty dope. So
while we were showing you him.
Yeah.
Well, I like his thoughts on all of his songs, because the last song when we were listening to Raw Thoughts upstairs, it caught me when he said, like, it's his right as an American citizen to speak his truth, right?
Yeah, for sure.
And I think that he does speak his truth in his own way, and a lot of people don't fuck with that because a lot of people are Karens anyway. But
Totally.
Well, and I think that's what that's what he means, the sandbox. Right?
Yeah.
His sandbox is like there's everybody else is in this sandbox of worrying, and he's like, I'm sitting in my sandbox alone, right?
Yeah.
Because he's like, well, I'm not strongly this, I'm not strongly that, I'm opinionated.
Yeah, for sure.
And my opinion, it doesn't matter, but whoever's listening is going to listen.
Well, a lot of people nowadays are sheeple too, so they'll just follow in the path of whatever they think is right.
The easier fucking side to pick. Like, it's so easy to fucking hate on Donald Trump. You know what I mean? And stuff like that. It's so easy. It's harder to go the other way.
Yeah.
And shit like that. So I love that. That was a great song. We've got a few more that we're going to be shooting tonight. And if you want to get your requests on the show, all you have to do is leave a comment to this video or any other video, or go to patreon.com/peacekeeperaction for Peacekeeper. I'm Nathan. That's
Big homie Chris. What's happening?
And over there, B.
Danyn and
Little Miss Trin, dog.
Trin. Play safe. I can put my arm back on.
Trinity, do you have an arm?
Barely.
Can you put it back on?
Some days.
Fair enough. That's it.
All right.